let's see here. Get a serrated knife, and we have this beautiful sculpture. Here, move the phone a little bit. And so now I am going to I would be really careful to make sure that you don't have the paint be cut through, so that this section would then have the Rhine cut off of it, and that only the part that has not been touched by the paint be consumed. Right here, take this and cut that. And then this piece is cut. And then the watermelon, you take the rind off with a separate knife, and then you cut inside, take all the meat out, and you've got it. No paint. Hi everyone, I am so excited. I'm going to be showing you how I did what I just showed you. And so I'll try to make this as quickly as possible. Some of it is going to be trial and error because this is something I haven't done before. So here we go. First, I'm going to put paint in this cup, and I have a lot of paint. I've taken all of the extra paint that I've had over a period of time, and I've decided I will multiple colors. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in some dark purple. Make sure there's no water hiding in the bottom. Turn on the heater. Some warm bottle. Do some nice blue, lavender. Which I think looks beautiful together. Some berry. Mystical blue. A beautiful color back over on top of that. Purple, blue. With this 8, finish this bronze off. I've been using it to the orange, and we'll do the same thing. We'll finish this one off. Some brown, off-white, bright neon green. Pewter. Get some different shades going. The 24 karat gold in this one. Since the last one had mucka in it, it's my grandchildren's word for yuckies. Whoop, I forgot about the stick. Sorry about that. I have to move this bottle back out here so you can see it better. That orange really took over this side of the bottle. Brown here that is pretty close to this red. Finish it off with some blue, mystical, and some silver, metallic silver. Drop it in there deep. Some really nice blue. Finish it off. Looking bottle, actually. Same with my... Okay, so the first thing we are going to pour is not the watermelon, actually. We are going to practice on something smaller. Remember, this is for decorative purposes. You can eat the fruit as long as you do not cut through the fruit from the knife. So in this case, you're going to pull the skin off with the paint on, and then you'll be able to consume it. Or you can just have it for decorative purposes only. Getting a little bit wet. And then I've got a color I've been saving here. Have something for the paint that's going to be poured on to be poured onto. It's very difficult for the paint to run down. I wish I knew the scientific reasoning for that too. It's like resistance when we're doing a canvas. If there's paint already on it, it'll flow down. If there isn't any paint, it'll find like a trail to follow. Okay, so we have it covered. If I can hold it, I'm gonna try to pour it. The next color should be coming now. Orange. It's required to go underneath, so I'm going to use a syringe. Get in there if I can. So I don't know if you can see, but I'm squirting it into the paths where no paint went instead of picking it up. Let's see. All right, we did it. Okay, now I'm going to take some out of this by going up so that there won't just be a big glob of paint. And just fill it with yellow. Okay, I think that will end up drying pretty good. Right there, we'll do it with just one more piece in the back. Right here. So that there's no way that it's going to be able to fall off when I get the paint. Let's just hope I can get paint at that angle. Okay, watermelon is next. So this guy is going to carefully go over here. Let's see if I can do this without dropping it. This is 2 cups together. And of course there's okay. And now we're gonna pour it in. Okay. Well, I actually think that worked. All right. Well, I like the colors better in this one. Okay, so now I think instead of bringing it over there, I think I'm going to set it down over there. Should have had a big spatula. The big giant ones. Yeah, I don't know. Oh. Okay. Oof. Now we have to make sure the watermelon pan doesn't hit it. So this is a pan and it has 2 dowels down the center with foil to hold the watermelon here, and the pan is all covered so that it won't make a mess. My elbow has all the weight on it, my leg here. Okay, so that won't hit. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing as before. We're gonna paint. We'll use the bigger one this time. And we might as well use this darker color. We're gonna paint underneath here so that it goes underneath. And again, this is gonna be cut where the person, my first cut will end up having that watermelon not be eaten. And then after that, just cut it off the rind and you're good to go. Anytime you do something like this though, you have to make sure people have informed consent, that they understand what is needed to keep it safe. You could use fondant. In fact, you can use powdered sugar. So actually I should be painting it this way so that the paint that's dripping follows the lines of the paintbrush. But when I did the lawnmower and the weed eater and bicycle, did this first. The blocks that came out, the 3-dimensional blocks, get them all wet first. Okay, watermelon sometimes has some kind of a wax on it, so wiping that off would be a good idea. I chose not to because I really want to make it where just make it as easy as possible to take the paint off. Okay, so here we go. I can get it to go. Make its own trails, come on. All right. How fun. All right, so this has a lot of different beautiful colors on it. I hope it stays that way. I would like to have some more brilliant colors. Like this is really striped well, but then we kind of lose it over here. Let's see what happens. We'll just get a little bit excessive and see what happens. Be a beautiful way to decorate. I really like this center. That's why I'm not touching the center. Maybe just a little bit of red. Oh, I wonder if I put white on one and just put the airbrush on it then. One, two, three. That reminds me of moving a wedding cake. This was 1 1/6 quart, 1.5 liters. Okay, here we go. Oh, let's start off high. The bottle is very heavy, so I'm having a more difficult time having it come out gradually. I love the cells, but it's a pretty blah. Oh, the colors have gotten so soft though. Using one of the greens. Really should have it on its side maybe. Down this and hope it doesn't fall. Okay. This will give it away if somebody sees the apple. I'm kind of wanting it to be a surprise until I cut into it. Okay. And we'll see if that stays that way, huh? It would look nice if it does. Woo! What I found is if you do it too much at once, sometimes you'll lose your design. Like I just did. So we now have the cantaloupe without the turntable. Dun dun dun. Okay, so I just have to move the turntable away from here. Gradually turn it as I'm moving it. The base, hopefully, will allow me to gently not have resistance on the bottom. Okay, we're back in business. I'm not sure when you ended. Somebody called. All right, so there's going to be great texture on this guy. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the paint out of this container here. And he's going to be sitting on his side. The skin is pretty thick. last one, I mean that one turned out that's closest to us. So I'm making sure that the little crevices of cantaloupe actually have paint in them, otherwise it'll end up having air, and those air pockets will open up and then the paint won't be there in those spots. So I just want a little opening in the bottom where it's going to set, and I'm going to put 2 cups so it's even sturdier than just one. And so now you can see what you can do if you don't have a turntable. You can also do them in bowls. And you can use a blow dryer or a straw, but I'm blowing, making sure all of the air comes out of those little pockets. I surely didn't need as much paint as I made. I thought this was just going to do the watermelon, but I drizzle. Okay. So this is the one side of the watermelon that was basically put on manually. This came out of the bottle. And then we have this, right, I think it's papaya, not quite sure. Here, I really like these. I love this one. And these two I just think are pretty because they're very similar. I just love the berry color. Yeah, so that's what the mess looks like right now. Okay, so this is the next day. Everything's dried really well, and it's on display at my kitchen table. I sure enjoyed myself making this pour today, multiple pours. I sure hope you enjoyed yourself watching it.